myself Dr. Kailash Sharma. I welcome you for this 11 lecture series on Python programming language. The features of the Python programming language is that it is easy to learn, powerful programming language. It has high level data structures and simple approach to object oriented programming. It is an ideal language for rapid application development due to its elegant syntax, dynamic typing and interpreted nature. Its uses are in many areas apart from science and technology, in commerce, in research, and can be used on most of the platforms. In brief, I will explain how the course will be conducted. So there are total 11 lectures. These are very short lectures. Each lecture is of 10 minutes each, and the focus is mainly on the concept through the examples. The various topics included in this 11 lecture series are the first topic is string, then list, dictionary, tuple, operators, control statements, exception, function, module, class, and finally file input output operations. So these 11 topics are covered in this 11 lecture series. Each day one topic will be covered. Along with that, one MCQ will be taken after completing that lecture, which includes 10 questions. For example, I am showing you what kind of the multiple choice questions will be there. Suppose for today, so at the end I will give these questions, and along with the questions the options are given. Now see here question. For example, now quiz or MCQ. Number 1, the question is there. The lecture series is about the programming language. Now this is about this lecture series which we are discussing in today's lecture. Based on that topic, the questions will be given. For the question, 4 options will be given. Out of 4, one will be correct. You have to select the correct one. So the lecture series is about the programming language. The option A is C, option B is C++, option C is Java, and option D is Python. So which is the correct option? D. So your answer should be D. The second question is about each lecture is about dash minutes. So options are A 10, B 20, C 30, D 45. So which is the correct option? A 10. So what is our answer here? A. Now third question we'll see, which of the following topics are included? So whether strings is included, once again we'll go through that list. Whether string is included, list is included, dictionary is included, or all of the above. Then in that case, whatever may be the answer, you have to write that answer here. Okay, so we'll come to these questions afterwards. So just have a look up once again have a look about on the list which we are going to which contains the topics which are going to see in this lecture series. So the first is a string. For example, how we'll define string? It's a group of character. For example, beautiful. So here beautiful is a string. How to identify a string? It is included into double quote. You can include also into a single quote, but remember the start and end should be similar. That if you are started with single quote, end with single quote. If you started with double quote, end with double quote. Now while processing the string, remember that string can be indexed and it can be sliced. So there are two words, indexed and sliced. So what do you mean by indexed? Index means now starting with 0. So index will start at 0. So B is at position 0, 1. So index of E is 1. Index of A is 2. Index of U is 3. In this way the string is indexed. And what is sliced? Sliced means what? Substring. Now in this beautiful, suppose we want to extract beauty. So here the index starts from 0 and ends at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ends at 5. So 0, to 5. But remember 5, when you are calling a slice, I am giving here, for example our string is A, let us say this is A. So how I am writing A, start with 0 and up to 5. But if you want to include 5, you have to give the next number, that is 6. So when I am writing A06, it will give me a substring, and that substring I am calling here slice. So here beauty. In this way, so this is our discussion on the first day is about string. Then on the second day we will talk about the list. Now how the list is shown in Python? It is shown either by, so empty list is shown by square bracket. And see the second example. We have a list. How to identify that it is list? It is enclosed in a square bracket. And then what we have? Red, green, blue. Now each is called as list items. So we have 3 list items. Now list can be indexed like a string. Like, so for this, suppose I am saying that this list I am giving the name as L. So how I can write for this? L0 indicates what? Red. If I am writing L1, it indicates green. L2, it indicates blue. So like string, list also can be indexed. Also it can be sliced. Then from a list we can create a sublist. On the third day we will talk about the dictionary. So to create a dictionary, we have a function dict, or you can create a dictionary by simply this bracket. We call it as a brace, opening and closing brace. So here one example of dictionary. Let us say that D is equal to. So what example we have? We have written in the curly braces. What you have written? See the way we have written, a comma separated list of what? Key value pairs. What we call this 0 as key and red as value. And key and value, they are separated by a colon. So how many elements we have such key value pairs? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is dictionary. Now this dictionary we will see on the third day. On the fourth day we will talk about the tuple. Now tuple are the data structures normally we are using to represent some constants whose value we do not want to change, that we can use in the form of a tuple. So how we are writing tuple? For example, suppose I am writing t is equal to 1, 2, 3. What it indicates? That you have these 3 different values which you are stored into t. Now if you want to call this first value, how we have to write? We have to write it as a t0. See the simple bracket. For 2 we have to write t of 1. For 3 t of 2. Or same thing you can write as t is equal to, in simple bracket, 1, 2, 3. Now this is normally called as packing of tuples. Why packing? Because more than one element we are storing into single element. And what is reverse of this packing? Unpacking. Unpacking means, now I know that in t I have 3 values. Now these 3 values, if I would like to assign to each separate variable x, y, z, then I can write it as x, y, z is equal to t. On the next day, the fifth day, we have lectures on operator. What do you mean by operator? What is operator? Operator, the operations to be performed. So what kind of operations we are normally performing in a using computer? Basically all operations we are converting into 2, like arithmetic operator, logic operator. For example, we have equation a is equal to 5 plus 4. So which are the operator here? Plus is the operator. What is this equal to sign? It is also an operator. We are calling it as a assignment operator. What other operators we have? We have arithmetic, and see these are the arithmetic operator. Then we have logical or relational operator, less than, greater than, less than or equal to. Logical operator like and, or not. These are the logical operators. So these various operators we will study on the 5th day of this 11th lecture series. The next topic on the next day is about the control statements. Now control statements, basically we are dividing them into 2 parts, looping and branching. And in looping we have for loop and while loop. And in branching we will see that if, elif and else structure used in the Python. On the 7th day we will talk about the exception and how these exceptions are handled in Python. Now what do you mean by exception? Exception is an error occurred during executing a program. So what common errors are there while executing the program? number 1, divide by 0. If you are trying to divide some number x by 0, then we know that this operation is not allowed, not a valid operation. So in that case, what will happen? Your program will halt. If your program will halt, it may come out of that program. So to avoid this one, we need to handle this exception. So how to handle that exception, that we'll see on the 7th day. The number format error is another error. Normally we have to convert from string to some number, some integer or some double value. But if you are converting from string, for example, we have a string, a 10 value, and if I am writing int 10, of course a is equal to int 10, then what will happen? This string is converted into integer value and it will be stored into a. But if I am writing a is equal to int the value g, now g cannot be converted into number, so what will happen? The number format exception will occur. And sometimes we are reading or writing file. At that time, if the file is not present, then what type of exception will occur? File not found exception will occur. So this will see on the 7th day. On the 8th day, we are seeing about the function. Now what do you mean by function? See, here I have drawn the diagram that we have certain input, a function out or an output. Or you consider an example that you have different ingredient, and from this ingredient you have to create your favorite dish. For that, what we have some recipe, and what we are doing, according to that recipe we are working on the ingredients to produce our favorite dish. Now for this, whatever how we have to do it in Python, that we'll see. Here I am writing one simple thing. Suppose we want to find out the area of rectangle, then what we require to find out the area of rectangle, what we require? Area. See, I am writing define what? Area. And what I require length and breadth of that one. See, the way functions are written in Python, I am showing simultaneously, and what it should give the value. How will get the area? By L into B. So here we have written a simple program which will accept input. Now which are the input here? L and B. Which is the result? Their product will get. And how we process this one? Actually this is the product we'll get here in the result, and here we process in the form of multiplying these two inputs. In the next day, day 9, we'll talk about the modules. Now we may write number of functions which we may require repeatedly. So what we can do? We can keep all these definitions of the functions in a module, and whenever we require to use those functions, we'll call this module and we'll use that function. On the day 10, we'll talk about the class, which is an important feature or important ingredient of object-oriented programming language. So that we'll see on the day 10. Day 11, we'll talk about reading and writing from file. Coming back to our quiz, we are at the question number 3. Which of the following topics are included? Just now we discussed various topics. So in that, string was present? Yes, it was. List was present. Dictionary was present. So what will be the correct option? D. That is all the above. Then question number 4. The topic function will be covered in dash lecture and control statements will be covered in dash lecture. Okay, so we have the list which we have just now seen. So what we have? Function and control statements. So when we'll cover function? On the 8th day. And when the control statement? On 6th day. So what will be our answer? First function is asked, so 8th day. Then control statement on 6th day. So here see the option. 8 and 6 we want. Here 6 and 8 reverse is given. This is not our answer. Here 8 and 6, that is correct. 6, 7, 7, 8. So which is the correct option now? B. So I will write here B. And the question number 5. In lecture 5, we will discuss about tuple, operators, exception, all the above. So all the above, definitely it is not possible. So we'll see in the lecture 5. What we are covering in lecture 5? Operators. So which is the correct option? B. So I will write here B. And finally, so here is the question. With this our each lecture will end. So each lecture will end with the quiz. Now here I am explaining how we are organizing. So now we will come to the next point. Now come back to how the course will be conducted. So each lecture is of 10 minutes. The focus is on concept through example. Then we have a quiz, MCQ. After each lecture, just now I have shown you how is the quiz, and it will based on the topic covered in on that day itself. The answer to the above quiz. Okay, so after solving the quiz, you can check the answers and additional questions to strengthen your knowledge or understanding of topic at python.darshmohi.com. Now at this website directly you will get a link where regarding your completed lecture, and there you can see more. There you will find the photocopy of these pages which I used to explain you. In addition to that, additional material will you get at the python.darshmohi.com. The next one, then you can put your queries related with the topics covered in the comment section of YouTube, or you can send email also to obhyanta@gmail.com. Now carefully see here, I am reading the spelling OBHIYANTA, all small letters, at gmail.com. This is our to this mail ID you can send your queries in addition to the comment. Now with this I conclude my talk and wish you best of luck in your journey with Python programming language. Thank you.